Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin has set up a hotline for parents to report schools they believe are teaching critical race theory. Damn, you know you're racist when you call the cops about a black character in a book. Yeah, hi, I'd like to report a suspicious black man rafting with a young white hostage.
All right, so Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin, who they were just talking about, is not the only leader targeting books that teach about America's real history with racism. Cries of critical race theory education are leading to more and more books being yanked from school shelves. One of the books coming under heavy fire from would-be book banners is this one, Stamped Racism, Anti-Racism, and You. Its stories try to explain how some current policies, they have roots in racist ideology. But some book banners in the state of Texas were not prepared for this show of force. The Round Rock Black Parents Association went to bat to keep the book on the shelves in their town. And by the way, they won. Ashley Walker is one of those parents behind this effort, and she joins me now. Ashley, congratulations. I'm going to bet, Ashley, or maybe I'm wrong, by the way, and correct me if I'm wrong, but you didn't think that in your time as a parent of a student in your district that you'd be fighting for something like this, having to keep books on the shelves that talk about the history of Black Americans.
Thank you for having me. No, I didn't think that this would be the case. I have a first grader, and so she's just beginning her career as a student, and I never expected that this is where it would go. It's rather unfortunate that this is where it is, but I'm going to continue to fight for her.
And we're so glad you're doing that. So tell me, Ashley, not only for me, for the folks that are watching, for other people that might be facing this in their communities as well, how did you guys do it?
We didn't do it alone. It originally began with a former teacher in the district creating a petition. And so we met with that teacher, and we were able to organize other organizations within our area. So we organized Round Rock Black Parents, Anti-Racists Coming Together, and Educators in Solidarity to speak to our school board to make sure that this book wasn't banned. We went on social media. We talked to the school board, we talked to the superintendent, we did everything that we could to ensure that our children's voices were heard and that our voices were heard.
I want to read part of the foreword from one of the authors talking about why it was important for him to write this book, saying this: I write about the history of racism to understand racism today. I want to understand racism today to understand how it is affecting me today. I want you to understand racism today to understand how it is affecting you and America today. Ashley, why is it so important to you, to other black members of your community, to members in your community that are white, of all colors, of all backgrounds, to read this book and their children to read this book?
Like I said, my daughter's in first grade, and she just recently in November went into in-person learning. And that was her first time being in-person learning in our district. And since that time, she's come home and stated how she wants blonde hair and that Black skin isn't beautiful. And that's devastating to hear. It is, and I don't think that anyone is actively telling her this, but it's a lack of representation in the curriculum, in books, and in the teachers that are around her that implies that message for her. So I think it's important that this book is read so that my child and other children that look like her don't have to feel this way, that they can see themselves in a light that is positive, they can see themselves in a way that is beneficial to them, and that other folks who are non-Black can empathize and gain that empathy and gain that love for someone that they just don't know.
Ashley, can I ask you what you say to your daughter when she said that?
I told her that we are beautiful. We are proud to be who we are. We read, not only did we read Stamped from the beginning, the anti-racism book, we also have read the Beyond the Water 1619 project book for the kids. And I continue to put Black culture around her as much as possible so that she can see herself in a positive light. But most importantly,
Ashley
I told her I
Walker,
loved
fighting the good fight, Ashley. Keep fighting the good fight. We thank you for joining us and bringing us that story today. Thank you, and good luck with your daughter. She sounds like a very smart little girl. Coming up, we're going to take you beyond the former president's rhetoric at his